Welcome to Deep Thought. A closed mind doesn't get fed. A closed mind. You know what a closed mind means? It means you're not trying to learn anything new. You're not trying to hear a different perspective on anything. You know? A closed mind, you can't feed it. See, understand something. Yes, we feed our bodies, obviously, right? We feed our bodies, different food and everything to keep us going. Our minds need to get fed too. Our minds need to get fed. I mean, look, first of all, we're here to learn. We're on this planet to learn. That means we need new ideas. But if you're going through life and you just keep repeating the same thing over and over and it's not what you want it to be, but you're not trying to hear a different way of doing stuff, you're not learning, boom, it's not going to get fed. You blocking it. It's like you, instead of eating food, you're like, you ain't going to eat. But what happens when you don't eat food? You wither away. And there's plenty of people who do that. Look, you got to be open-minded about stuff. Like, I remember I took a test, it was decades ago, about how open-minded, and it was a lady friend who took it with me. And she was closed-minded on some things while I was extremely open-minded on some things, and she was amazed. But that's why I was able, I'm open to ideas to at least hear them out. Now, let me be clear. I don't take in every single thing. See, one thing, yes, you want to be open, but don't just take it in. Just listen to it, think about it, explore it and everything. And then if it shows that it's good for your life, it's good for your being, and then go for it after that. But that's one of the things, though, you want to really do that. Are you doing that? And yeah, there's going to be some things that's going to be just totally whack, but you take that in. It's like you eat certain foods, right? Physical foods, everything ain't good for you. You're like, oh, okay, wait, that's a bad idea. But then you already know. Like you try different foods and everything, or you eat different things, like, oh, nah, that one made me sick and everything. Well, it's the same thing. Some ideas are going to be good, some thoughts are going to be good, some are going to be bad. And then some thoughts I get or I hear something and I don't dismiss it right away. Sometimes people hear something that goes against their ideology, their thought pattern, and they dismiss it right away. I'll hear something and I'll just be like, okay, let me put it to the side for now. Let me put it to the side, right? I ain't going to dismiss it outright. I'm just going to, when I get time, investigate it. Or at least put it to the side until something happens, being open-minded that says, oh, that was a great idea. Okay. But that's growth. See, you can't grow. See, a lot of people, once they get out of school, once they get to a certain level of life, they stay stuck. They don't want to hear anything new. They don't want to look at a new way of doing stuff. They got a closed mind. It's not getting fed. And I'm going to tell you what, that's very important. Because if you look at this channel, I call it Deep Thought. Getting through life, you have to think. And you're going to have thoughts that come in and out. You're going to have thoughts. You're always going to be introduced to new things, new ways of thinking and everything. Because even when you have a certain ideology, a certain philosophy, you need to ask yourself, okay, is this helping me? You might need to hear something else. You might need to be introduced to a new idea. Like, I love it when somebody give me a new idea, just a different way of thinking. Because even if I don't accept it, it's like, hold up, let me check that out. And sometimes I don't. I ain't going to lie. I don't always accept everything, but I'll listen to it. And then move forward with it. That's the best way of doing something. That's the best way. You want to get the idea at first. But see, a lot of people don't, A lot of people will fight you. They get stuck in a way, they get stuck in a certain pattern or a certain way of thinking. And everybody can see it's not helping them. But then if you try to say, well, this is what I do, first of all, they argue with you over what you're doing. They'll argue with you. They'll fight you. because they're stuck in a way of thinking. Even if you do something totally different, they'll think in their mind it's wrong, even though you're being successful in whatever they're doing, they not being successful. It was like, no, at least see it. Like if somebody sees something, it was like, okay, let me look at it. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. I'm known for relationships, right? And, I'm known for talking about body game, even though I've said millions of times it's the foundation. But then I always look at other stuff, people who might win and they might not work out or anything like that. I look at it at least. I don't just take it. Yeah, like I'm open to it. And I've looked at it. I say, okay, I know, I still stick with body game, but then I say, once I add this other stuff, see, that's how it's only the foundation. I ain't stick just there. But I add stuff to it. But I was open to adding stuff to it. See, then that's how you had to do. You can't just be closed-minded to stuff. You can't just be closed-minded. And then even when you present it, like if you present an idea to somebody, just be respectful. Because one thing that do closes minds is when you're disrespectful about it. Just say, you can say it nice and calmly. Say, well, okay, I see it this way. It's like, okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But then if your mind is just closed, period, you got your way of going through life and everything, and you just closed to something different, that's on you. Because having you notice when people are like that, they're not doing anything. They not being successful. They doing the same thing over and over again. And I don't care what it is, whether it's making money, whether it's dealing in interpersonal relationships. Heck, it could be it could be just doing particular jobs. It could be working out in the gym. There's one thing, let me use that for an example. There's been plenty of times when somebody has shown me a different exercise, something different, a different way of doing things, and I listen, I was like, oh, this works. Now, what if I was closed-minded to it? I'd be stuck, wouldn't I? I'd be stuck. See, that's the thing. You want to be open to different things, and it's really for your own benefit. It's not to please everybody else. You're not hurting if your mind is closed to things. You're not hurting other people but yourself. In fact, I'm gonna get a little bit more into that in the next episode. I'm gonna get more into that. But open your mind to stuff. Just open it. Like even when you take it in, that doesn't just mean just taking every single thing and just adopt it. You want to open your mind just to get the idea, then think about it, apply it, investigate it. And if you don't have time to investigate it right then, just hold it. Like I said, I'll hear some stuff that go against something new and I don't automatically take it in. I'll put it to the side. I'll say, oh, okay, let me just put it here. Let me put it here until I see that it actually works. And I've done that a lot of time. All I'm saying is just be open to it. Open to a different way of doing stuff. Open to different ideas. I ain't saying accept them right away. You never should accept them. Just be open to them until you can see is worthy of acceptance. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all. Think on this, y'all. Think on this. Peace and blessings.